So we're back. Haven't posted a few videos in a while because I've been on vacation. So those of you that follow me on my Instagram would have seen that I've gone to Spain on a little food tour. So I've got some footage that I'll show you of all the places that we ate at and some of the food that we found around Spain during our travels. But for today's video, we are going to make something that you see all over Spain, and that is the Patatas Bravas. Beautiful dish of potatoes with a salsa brava sauce. If you don't know what that is, it's garlicky, it's tomato, it's rich. I'll show you all of that in the later of the video. So let's get into this video because this is a staple in Spain and a great dish for your next dinner party. Right, let's go. Now with your potatoes, use whatever you can find. I'm going to use some russet potatoes. You can also use Yukon Gold, really nice. Just cut them into about 1 inch or so pieces. Don't worry if they're not all the perfect shape. You just want to kind of have them a good bite size so they look good on the plate. Give these a peel, we'll cut them, and then we'll just put them in a bit of cold water just to wash off a little bit of the starch. While we'll focus on making the salsa brava. Just go down the middle, and then just go down again, and then just basically cut them into little pieces like this. They don't need to be perfect because I don't want to see the shape of the potato.
Once you've cut them all, set them aside in a bowl of water.
Just leave them in this water for a bit and then we'll drain it and put it in some fresh water to boil for about 5 or 6 minutes or so just to soften them a touch, and then we'll fry them. Okay, let's make our salsa brava. Now, the secret to the salsa brava is these two bad boys right here. Paprika, one's a hot and one's a sweet. Now, I'll pick these up on my travels over there. You can find these in most stores. You can't use these. Use a little smoked paprika or regular paprika and a little pinch of cayenne. That should do the trick. So we'll prep up some onions, garlic first, get that sweated down, and then we'll start adding all our spices, tomato paste, stock, and then just kind of reduce that down, set that aside, and then we'll focus on the potatoes.
Now when you're slicing your onion, as always, take off the bottom there, cut it in half, and then using your knuckles as a guide, go down with a knife, slice it, and then go horizontally like this until the root, and then that way you can get a nice dice. It doesn't need to be perfect, a rough one, because we're going to blitz it anyway. And then with your garlic, just chop it up roughly also. We've got about 150 grams of onions, 4 cloves of garlic, set that aside.
Okay, so let's get sweating this down in some oil, and then I'll run you through the spices on the stove.
So we're going to get our pan hot on a medium heat, add a nice glug of oil, and then we're going to add in the chopped up onion and the garlic. Put a good amount of salt in as well, get it a good seasoning, and then we're just going to mix this around and cook this in our extra virgin olive oil for about 5 or 6 minutes until it starts going a little bit brown. Now at this stage we're going to add 1 tablespoon of the sweet paprika, which is the pimento dulce, and then 2 teaspoons, about 6 grams of the spicy one. Get that in there and then give that a nice little mix around. I kind of like to alternate it between a whisk and a spatula. Turn the heat down a little bit there, as you can see. Then we're going to put in a nice little dollop there of tomato puree. It's about a tablespoon or so. This acts like a fat as if you're making a roux. Whisk that through for about 30 seconds or so, and then we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Whisk that through and don't try and get it all over your stove just like I did. Give your whisk a little tap to get it all out. Go in with your spatula, mix that through. And after about a minute, so you get rid of that raw flour taste, we're going to add a cup, or about 250 ml should I say, of chicken stock. Recipe for that on the website. Gently whisk that through, and then what we're going to do is bring the heat up a little bit, and we're going to thicken and reduce this for about 3 or 4 minutes. You can already see it's getting lovely, glossy and thick, and you know when it's done when you can do this to it. That's enough of that. Right, now get that into a little stand mixer container like this.
Now we just need to thin this out a little bit, so we need to add a bit of acidity. So sherry vinegar is what you need. Kind of to taste, but about 2 tablespoons should do it.
Then just blitz that up for a couple of minutes. You can use a Vitamix, but I feel like you lose too much, and it's a small amount, so this is much better.
But that looks really nice. Coats the back of the spoon, so that when that gets cold, that'll be really tasty indeed. Okay, so I'm just going to pass that through a sieve, store that aside, and ready for the potatoes. Salsa brava, absolutely gorgeous.
Now let's cook these potatoes. Generously salt a pot of water, like a good stock pot here, about 4 liters in there I'd say. Add your drained potatoes into this. We're going to bring that up to the boil, cover it, Take it off once it's boiling like this, and we're going to cook it for about 5 minutes. Give it a little stir after about a minute so nothing sticks to the bottom, and then you just want to make sure your potatoes are cooked, not super mushy, for about a good 5 minutes, I'd say. Then turn off the heat and let them sit in the water for 2 minutes. Then drain them, put them on a flat tray, and then we're going to get a skillet on the go with some extra virgin olive oil. Now, healthy amount because we're going to fry these, but we're going to shallow fry them. So get your oil in. I would say that's probably about 200 mils if I had to guess. Once it starts shimmering on the surface like that, then add in your potatoes, one layer at a time. What we're trying to achieve is have a beautiful crust all the way around, so take your time with it. Take about 7 and 8 minutes. And you can turn the heat up to medium. Don't be afraid to shake the pan like this. What we're going for is a lovely golden brown color like this. Not too dark, not too pale. That's going to be perfect. Once you start getting that lovely crust all over, you can use a pair of tongs or a spoon to flip them, whatever you're comfortable with. And then once they're done, take them off and put them into a bowl lined with some kitchen paper. So give it a good seasoning while it's warm with some salt generously. Give that a nice little toss and then put it onto your plate, whatever plate you want to use. I'm going to put it on a nice flat plate so it's quite generous for 2 people. And then add in that gorgeous salsa brava, that patatas bravas sauce. Be generous. Put it all the way around. Trust me, it is glorious. And once you've got it all over like that, you have your beautiful patatas bravas, my friends. Enjoy.
Okay, now there's only one thing to have with this. It'd be rude not to. Spanish beer. Be pretty authentic. We have a lovely patatas bravas. You just know that's going to taste good. Right, let's get stuck into this. Exactly like we had to Spain. Potatoes are crispy, but the sauce is just like smoky, garlicky, a little bit of heat, not too much. Gotta have it with the beer. Cheers. That's good. Great little party snack, get everyone involved, get them all round, put this on the table, wine, beer, it's all flowing. You're going to have a very good night indeed. You can even put a bit of garlic aioli on, but that's not patatas bravas. That's basically patatas bravas con aioli, if my Spanish is correct. Let me know in the comments below if you've made this or if you've had this, if you've ever been to Spain or if you've had it on any menu near where you live. So a couple of announcements that we do have for the channel. We've got memberships now. I'll do a separate video on that. And we've got 3 tiers of membership, which is super cool for people who are fans and want to support the channel and watch it grow. So I'll show you all of that. It's all active now. It doesn't break the bank. It's kind of those monthly subscription ones, so you can kind of like pick and choose what you want. All of you that are new here, I do appreciate you sticking around to the end. If you would consider subscribing, that'd be amazing. It goes a long way to blow up this channel and keep it going. So, right. I'll catch you all on the next one. It's good to be back. Cheers.